of all of our scholars. Well, thank you very much. Of all of our scholars during our sessions. Number one, of course, that attendance, making sure you guys are here and here on time. That has not been an issue for us. You guys are early, right? You guys are in the waiting room, and we appreciate that. So thank you for showing up and being on time. Remember, it is a requirement of ours that your cameras are on. It is a way that we can foster engagement on top of you guys unmuting, participating, dropping your comments in the chat. We also ask that while class is in session, you keep your cameras on. Number three, like I just talked about, keep up the engagement, make sure it's lively. This class is going to be what you make it, as you guys already know, as you have already been through several sessions with us. And just making sure you are pushing yourself beyond what's comfortable for you. We want you to be able to leave out of this session growing and being able to say, I've done something that I normally do not do in my sessions or my classes, whether that's participating or leading or whatever it may be. Just challenge yourself to step out of your comfort zone. And with that, I will hand it over to your professor for this evening, Chef Latonya Barlow, who is all set and ready to go for you guys. Let me stop sharing. All right, you guys, any questions before we get started?
I don't think Tanya wants any more titles in the hospitality industry. I think
Oh, I know. Oh, sorry.
You said chef is like, she probably does have to cook in our hotel, but she don't want that title.
I'm so used to it.
I do not like cooking.
I take it back. Absolutely right.
I'm a person, that was not my forte. And people know that about me now too. It's like, please don't do that. I almost thought I had to cook tonight. That was actually one of my issues.
Oh Lord.
All right, in my young days, as you all know too, I call everybody babies, loves, and all that stuff. So hopefully that is not offensive toward anybody. If it is, please let me know. So how we like those questions that we had? Did we everybody finish our questions you had to do?
That was my question too. Do you guys get the link in that email to your quiz for this session?
Yeah, I finished mine.
Yes, I finished too.
Okay, good. All right.
Very good. Meg, you got yours finished?
No, not yet. I'm sorry. I'm doing it right now.
Not a problem. I'll give you like 2 minutes. Some of those questions I'm trying to gear toward your final project that you have.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know which project you're going to do, 1 or 2. So I try to give you some questions, kind of get you guys to start thinking. Because as I always said to you, you all are our next wave of travelers. So you need to understand rules and regulations and cancellation policies and really what to look out for. So tell me, you almost let me know. You got like one more minute. If that's okay, Chassie and Dre.
Yes, ma'am. It's good with me.
I'm sorry, I'm a person like open-ended questions because it's like get you guys to think a little bit.
It's a good thing. For the ones who have completed it, you know, anybody done anything fun this summer so far? No, nobody's done anything fun. I know we've been in summer for a week for some people and a month for others, but nobody has done anything fun yet. All right, go ahead, Jake. You came out first. Go ahead.
For about 6 days, I'm gonna go to like a summer camp. So I forgot to mention that like next Tuesday, I don't think I can show up, but for 6 days, I have like a whole like summer camp I'm going to.
That sounds fun.
Oh no, yeah.
Something specific?
I'm gonna be getting back on Wednesday, but I won't have access to like a computer during Tuesday.
Ah, okay. Well,
What
no
type
problem.
of summer camp?
It's like like an all boys summer camp, and like it's basically just like run by like all like the boys that go there. Like you can like it's like on a college campus, so you can do like a bunch of other things as well instead of just like yeah.
That's good.
Awesome.
So if you have a
Shania,
chance to tour the college a little bit.
Hmm.
Shania, you came off mute. What you got?
I just been listening to a lot of music lately during the summer.
Listening to music is fun.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
All right, Tanya, I'm gonna stop
So
hijacking
we're
my class. You can have it back now.
All right, not a problem. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started while you guys are probably still working. So tonight we're gonna talk about a little bit of lodging and careers. It's gonna be a little bit, not really all over the place, but I'm gonna try to encompass it again with your final project that you have. I don't know if we're gonna do the one where you're gonna create a vacation itinerary. Have you thought about which projects we're gonna be doing? Okay, good. So then that way, because if you're gonna do like the vacation one, I think that's really a good one. Of course, again, I'm in hotels, so anything with hotels, I think is fun. Anything with food, that's the chef's issue. So moving right along. So let's talk about some places to stay. As you are traveling, you have to realize what type of hotels are out there, and whether it will be a hotel, Vrbo, the vacation rentals, Airbnbs, cabins. I absolutely love Gatlinburg, Tennessee, because they have wonderful cabins. Or you may want to go on a cruise. You have to find out where everyone wants to go. If it's going to be like you and your family, a group of friends, whoever's going, you have to figure out the best price point. Do you want to stay like in a cabin to where you can buy all your food all together? Do you want to go on a cruise ship because you have a lot of amenities that's offered on a cruise ship? Being, you can eat food, you're too young to be drinking, food, drinks, of course, soda pop is free. They have all that entertainment. So then, you think about your budgets. And then there's also different hotel price points out there as well. Of course, as I said, I've been a Hilton Marriott person for mostly all my career. I actually have worked at a Holiday Inn. So, but there are lots of hotel chains out there. We have, speaking primarily from the Hilton brands, we have different price points for everybody. We're going to talk about a little bit about revenue management toward the later of the slide. But my hotel specifically is a Homewood Suites. It's an extended stay property. So we have two burner stoves. We have microwaves. We have a full-size refrigerator. That takes account. We also give you free breakfast, and we feed you in my hotel 4 nights a week. So again, as you're thinking about your budget and where you want to go at, do you want to stay at a Homewood Suites where everything's kind of more all included? Do you want to stay like at an Embassy Suites where you get a free full cooked order breakfast? If you have any adults that's there traveling with you, they're going to get complimentary drinks. Or if you go up to like those bigger hotels, the full service Hiltons or the Conrad Hiltons, we kind of heard some of those names, JQ Marriott's, as you guys have passed by where you lived at, because Florida and New York definitely has those big hotels out there. And so those are hotels that's going to have a higher price point. You're going to have better expectations when you go to some of those higher end hotels because you're spending your own dollars. So us as hotel people, we think about those type of things of the amenities that we have to be offered for people at different price points. That's why actually I love my Homewood Suites because I get some construction business, they stay 5, 6, or 7 nights or maybe 3 months. I have medical business. They're just touring, they're working inside of a hospital. They're there with me for 3 or 4 months. That's about between $30,000 and $60,000 for them being over there for a couple of night stays. Then I have these people that just stay 1 or 2 nights. I need those people too, because I need them to kind of fill in some other nights. Again, this is part of revenue management of how we look at things as a hotel person. So when you're looking at reservations, I want you guys all to be aware of how to book reservations. When you go to a direct website, that is your Hilton.com, your Marriott.com, your Holiday Inn.com, Hyatt.com, you're supposed to get the best rate guaranteed. when you go, you're going to see advertisements for Priceline, Kayak, Expedia. For instance, those are third-party websites, and they're advertising to people saying they have the best rate. Sometimes that's actually not true. You actually end up paying higher fees on those third-party websites than you do when you book directly on our own myhilton.com website. You're gonna get the better rate, and you also are gonna make sure you're gonna have the best service. If things happen in the hotels, we talked about on Tuesday, if there's an air conditioner that gets broken, I'm probably not gonna I'm not gonna relocate the person that booked directly through my Hilton.com website, who was a Hilton loyalty member. I'm gonna probably relocate that person that paid that third party website because they didn't pay me personally. You're not paying me, you're paying that third party, and that third party is paying me. So I don't have any loyalty technically toward you. I have loyalty toward you because yes, you're my guest, but I don't have that much loyalty toward you when you're booking on a Hilton.com website. So be mindful and make sure you're looking at fees, cancellation policies, where you're trying to do your itineraries for your projects at the end of these 6 weeks or a month that you've been doing in these classes. Also, travel agents, they are a lost art. A long time ago, before we started getting a long time ago, back in the 1800s, we had travel agents, and they're able to look at your airlines, your hotels, your car rentals, all in one, and able to bundle all of that for you, and they can give you the best rate. You can also do that through those third-party websites as well as those direct websites as well. But the travel agent may give you a little bit more personable service. They may have visited those locations personally. I love to be able to talk to someone that's actually came to my hotel because I'm a visual person. I want you to see, I want you to experience it. I want you to see with your eyes. I want you to smell it, because then those are things you tend to remember when you want to come back. Like, oh, I remember that Homewood Suites. I love that hotel in Louisville, Kentucky. I wanted the Homewood Suites in Orlando, Florida. Are they going to be the same? The Homewood Suites that's in Jersey, are they the same as the Homewood Suites that's in Louisville, Kentucky? So those are things that we like to try to make sure people remember. But that's why, you see a lot of advertisements with Hilton and Marriott's by booking directly on the websites to get that best rate guaranteed. Now, I do know that we do have some chefs in the class. So I want to include a slide so that way you can see how being a chef at a hotel, how that can be very rewarding for you. I have 2 different videos. They're about 1.5 minutes apiece. But one of them is a life of a person who's at a JW Marriott as an executive sous chef. I can never say that word successfully. So this kind of talk about the day in the life of what he has to experience.
In Mumbai, the
Can we hear it?
JW Marriott brand is known for being very creative with fun. No matter how large or small, culinary team
I think
always
it's kind of glitching.
has the expectation. I became a chef. I love to eat. I love to cook.
I can't hear what he's saying.
Beverage. We cannot substitute.
You can't hear that one?
No, I really can't hear him.
It's going in and out the audio.
Yeah, it's glitching.
Let's try
I
this
can
one.
hear it, but
Yeah,
it's
that's what
glitching.
I said.
US Grant is a small to medium-sized hotel.
Yeah, for some reason your
That's doing
sound
the
is going in
same.
and out today.
It's sort of open, and that's
But this is not going to be good.
sometimes
Oh no.
You know what? Can you
the menu as
Press on
maximize?
YouTube, and it goes to the actual video in your browser.
Yes. Thank you, Jake. That's what I was suggesting.
Okay,
Instead
thanks,
of
Jake.
pulling
Hold
it
on. What we do?
Press on YouTube on the video, press on
Yeah.
and then you can watch it on YouTube on your browser.
You're so smart. See, you guys.
And it should still share on your screen also.
Better?
Did you click on it? Because we don't see it on your screen.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
I think it's from
I think you might have to stream on your browser because you're streaming Google Slides. Yeah, stream on your.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hold on 1 second. Yeah, because I did it.
Yeah, go straight to the video from your presentation, and then share that screen.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Changing the
Doo-doo.
menu.
Okay, sorry, that was going where you was playing. Okay, go to what? I'm sorry.
So go to the video on YouTube as opposed to in your slide. So go to that very first video where you're talking about the sous chef.
Okay,
All right. So you see it in YouTube, not on your slide, right?
yes.
So go back to share your screen and make sure you share your sound.
Share.
And you should be able just to share that video on your screen.
See, this is why you need someone technical with you at all times.
Trust me, I
It's
had to
like it
learn.
was-
I used to be in the kitchen.
It's like it was working fine yesterday. I mean Tuesday.
Yeah, it was working fine.
Yeah,
Did
it
you hit
was, and
the?
all of a sudden acting up.
You know, technology's like that sometimes. It was working better in the rain than it is in good weather, right?
Right. It's like, darn it. Okay, copy that. Okay. So I'm on my YouTube. Sorry, guys, I do apologize for my not being technically savvy here.
All right, so all you had to do was click on the video from your slide where it says YouTube
Yes,
in the
I
bottom
did, and then
corner.
it brought it up. I have the web page up.
Right. So now you got to hit share your screen again. Double check to make sure the sound is on.
Oh, okay, I wasn't on the little thing. Okay, share sound.
Mm-hmm.
Let me share that.
And then from YouTube, you're going to hit play. Yep.
U.S. Grant is a small to medium-sized hotel.
Is it working?
And we have
Better.
a fine dining room. We do about 70 covers, and we can pretty much do whatever we want.
Okay, so we're gonna start this over. Thank you for your patience. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
U.S. Grant is a small to medium-sized hotel, and we have a fine dining room. We do about 70 covers, and we can pretty much do whatever we want. There's not anybody stipulating you have to do this, you have to do this. It's sort of open, and that's the most unique thing in being sometimes in a hotel setting where we have free reign to do whatever we want. Changing the menu as seasonal as we want. When spiny lobsters come in, spiny lobsters will be on the menu. When we want to throw truffles on the menu, we put truffles on the menu. There's really no one saying, no, you can't do this. So that's the nice thing being at this property. And that goes not just in the dining room, but that's also through our banquet department too. This is my third historical hotel that I've worked in a row. And I've noticed with historical hotels, you end up to get a different staff. Everybody wants to be part of history. That blends into the staff, and that blends into the work ethic, that blends into the care, that blends into passion to be at this property. They're proud to be at the property. And that makes my job easier, and even myself too. It's really nice to say, hey, I work at the U.S. Grand Hotel. So it's a point of pride too.
So I'm gonna try this one last video real quick, see if I can make this work.
You're going to follow the same process.
Like, oh, go to YouTube.
Oh yeah, sounds great.
Okay, this
In
one.
Mumbai, the JW
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Merit brand is known for being very creative with food. No matter how large or small the meal is, our culinary team always goes the extra mile to go beyond guest expectations. I became a chef because of my love for food. I love to eat, I love to cook, but I also love to photograph food and beverage. We create such beautiful presentations with our food, it is hard not to want to capture it with my camera. For one event, our theme was a candy shop. Everything was colorful and it looked very sweet, but it was actually all savory. It looked like lollipops, candies, and gum, but it was actually all gnocchi, colored goat cheese and cream cheese balls, melon balls with parma ham, and sushi on sticks. I'm very proud of all our creations, but this one was a very memorable one for me. I've worked at JW for a year now. It is the best place to work. People rarely leave this hotel, so when an opening came up, I gave it my best shot. Now I know why people never leave. The property has grand and inspiring spaces that spur my creativity and imagination. Curries are very popular in Mumbai. I love to help guests understand the importance of balancing the hot and cold spices. Cardamom is a popular spice in traditional Indian curries. It is cold spice that must be balanced with a hot spice like mace or black pepper. Being able to educate guests on the ingredients and techniques used in preparing their favorite foods is a beautiful experience. As a chef, I think it is important to learn about the region, its culture, people, and environment in order to understand why people eat the food they eat.
So for all my chefs out there, what do you think? Something you may want to do? Slash out. Give me a second.
I think like those hotels, giving them the creativity to do whatever they want, lets them feel more like have more of an impact on like hotels because they get to choose what they want to make instead of like having to constantly like having to make like the same thing over and over again. They can like choose whatever they want. It's like a lot better for like their like themselves and like for their work.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think the good thing about being a chef, and again, I don't do that, but it's like I think just being creative. And you know, even though, like I've said the other day, that how Hilton has came out with breakfast tacos and stuff like that, someone had to create that. A chef had to come up with that. We listened to what our guest said, but someone had to really put that together and really make it to where every hotel, and it's going to be very easy to do for, you know, for most hotels. So I think, you know, if you want to be a chef, it's why I said it's great if you want to be in a restaurant, or I think it's also even better if you want to be in a hotel, and you also get hotel benefits too. But you can really create a great guest experience because people, in my opinion, they eat with their eyes first, you know, then they smell it, and then it's like, ooh, this might really be good. So you have a opportunity to really create a long-lasting moment as well with food coupled with being in a hotel. On Tuesday, we were speaking about labor. I showed you a copy of my labor forecast. I gave you an example of a invoice that that has been lending for. Well, at the end of the month, all of it goes into an Excel spreadsheet. And then I actually, again, have to explain that to my investors. So I had to take some of my items away because some of it's proprietary information. But for this month, in this column, this is what we actually did. This is what what we did last year. And this column is what our budget was. So this year, room sales for the month of July, I think it was, we made these two amounts right here. So we made about $491,000. We also had no-show revenue. So that's people who did not cancel their reservation at the appropriate time. So this is why I say, please make sure you understand cancellation policies because that's free money for hotel people. You know, we lost $4 in telephone revenue, but everybody has cell phones nowadays. Internet. And that's very important, particularly for people maybe in your age range. When you go to a hotel or go anywhere, you're usually on your devices, right? So you got to make sure the internet's working. So we make money off of internet. Miscellaneous sales. Remember how I was asking about those dogs? You know, what's a service animal? The reason why I asked that is because service animals are complimentary at a hotel. If you bring your pet with you, you recharge you money for that. It's $75 for 1 to 4 nights, or $125 for 5 or plus nights. Service animals for us at a hotel are as a cat, a dog, and a miniature horse. Fun fact, because I didn't know if you guys knew that or not, but yes, a miniature horse can be considered a service animal. And like I said, we don't charge for that. But I actually have people bring in birds, but that's not really a service animal, but people bring in all types of things into a hotel. Vending sales. This is what we have a washer and dryer in our hotel. So I made $253 just by people washing their clothes. Pantry. That's your gift shop. That's when everybody wants to go to your gift shop and they get all those, that's candy and all that stuff. I absolutely love it. The reason why it's so much more expensive at a hotel compared to like a gas station, I don't know if you've ever been to a hotel and you go downstairs, he's like, oh, I want a pop or a soda. I don't know what y'all call it. And it's probably like $3 or $4. If you go to a gas station, it's like maybe $1.50, $1.89, something like that. It's much more expensive in a hotel because it's a convenience item. We know that you're not going to go out to your car at 10 o'clock at night to go down the street to go get a pop or to go get a snack. You're going to pay that $3 and $4 if you're really hungry or thirsty, right? That's free money for us. That's just great for us. So I was like, yay, thank you, thank you, thank you. So for the whole month, out of everything that we sold, we made $495,000. Last year, at the same time frame, we made $461,000. The budget that we were supposed to bring in was $491,000. So guess what? I made us a profit for this month. That's how much we made. But again, I had to bring money down to the bottom line because yes, I have money, but also had to spend money too. You got to spend money to make money. So so I made $496,000 it was. So out of that, I then had to spend $17,000 on linen. That's what textiles are. Linen, towels, pillowcases, all that's not free. Hotel supplies, that is your soap, your shampoo, your conditioners, all the stuff that people like to take out of a room, that costs us money, which, you know, doesn't cost us a whole lot, but out of that month, I had to spend $959 in order to put everything back into the hotel for the month. I have a credit of $10, so I'm pretty sure I have an invoice in there that I had to do something with that. Cleaning supplies. Remember I was talking about your Tide, your Febreze, everything that we use at home. Cost me $480. Laundry supplies. I have to wash those towels and pillowcases and all that stuff because I'm pretty sure you don't want to sleep on somebody else's dirt. $823. Breakfast. It's very, very expensive at a hotel. I got to feed you. That cost me $6,000. So altogether, total purchases was $17,000 that I spent for the month of July. Last year, I spent $12,000 and my budget was $18,000. So my boss is going to ask me, last year you spent $12,000. Why'd you spend $5,000 more this year than you did last year? I don't know. It could be prices are higher, which we'll talk about that a little bit later in the slide. It could be like I didn't have to order a lot of things during that particular month. It could be a lot of reasons, but I have to dive in and try to figure that out. Same thing for you chefs who want to, you know, you have to explain your food costs. You're going to have to tell your the restaurant manager why your food cost is a certain, you know, it's at a certain percentage. You know, it's how much you purchased, what your ending inventory was, your beginning inventory. I think, I don't know if you guys do that in a restaurant, but you know, we think about purchases, ending inventory, beginning inventory, and all that stuff. That's our food costs. Do y'all do the same thing at a restaurant?
Yes.
Okay. So again, inventory is very important when you're a chef, because you need to know exactly what's going out of your restaurant, how much money it costs you, because then that's what you're going to set your prices to your customers. Because if it costs you, if a steak costs you $10, you're not going to sell that for $8, because then you're losing money. You need to understand what your profit margin is. But again, that's things that you'll learn a little bit later on in your careers. So a little bit, because we're getting kind of close. We're going to go on a break here in a little bit. So fun facts. You want to know the difference between a hotel and a motel? That's a yes or a no.
Yes.
No, I don't.
No.
No,
No.
I
I
don't think
don't,
so.
I don't know
All
the
right, because
difference between those two. I don't know.
yeah, because unfortunately, I get a little bit offended when people call my hotel a motel because it's not. Okay, so a hotel, you physically walk in the door to go check in, and the rooms are inside of a hotel. A motel is those hotels that is the motel that you on the side of the road sometimes. And I don't know if you've ever seen that, where like you drive up to the car, you drive up to the door and you walk in like that. That's a motel. So there's a little bit of a difference between a hotel and a motel. Just in case as you start researching things, you'll know a little bit of the difference of stuff. So how many flights you think are flown per day in the USA?
Hmm, I'm thinking maybe like 2,000.
Any other guesses?
Maybe like
at least over 100.
I agree with that, but like maybe I think I would probably agree with Shania.
Mm-hmm. So the number actually has dropped a little bit too. So it's actually 44,000. After COVID and with inflation that we were talking about a little bit too. So you do have people still are traveling, but the prices are really high right now. So you may not want to actually fly. You actually may want to do a car rental, right? Because you got to check out these prices when you're doing your project. So you have to figure out, is it better for you to fly to whatever vacation spot you're going to, or do you want to drive to that vacation spot? You have to think about that, because if you fly, yeah, you may be saving some money, but then how are you going to get around once you go to your destination? Are you going to take an Uber? Are you going to rent a car at that destination? See, these are things that, again, you got to start thinking about, because all of that is with costs. It's gonna cut into your budget. So actually, I thought this was a little bit of an interesting question, because with everything going with chat GPTs and AIs and all that stuff. So in your opinion, do you believe AIs has an operational benefit for hospitality, whether it being, my marine biologist or being the chef? How do you think AI fits into this? Because this is the new wave now that we have going on. So what do you think about AI?
I think it can have a chance of being as an operational benefit for hospitality, because since everything would be automated, there would be like not as many flaws, I guess, as like a human worker, or like if you're an AI run, you won't have to worry about like certain like problems, I guess. But it also can be bad because certain things only like a human can see. If everything's just automated,
Mhm.
it's like you can miss some certain things that only like humans can really keep track of.
Yeah. See, because I'm actually up in the air about AI. So I'm trying to figure out what you guys think about it, because your generation probably uses this a lot more than obviously than what my generation might be doing. But didn't know if you guys have an opinion about AI or not.
Yeah, I probably don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't trust
Mm-hmm.
AI. I don't think that AI can be helpful for like hospitality personally.
Yeah. So this article that I was reading, per Hotel Management News, it actually says it can help with revenue management, guest services, reservations, and smart devices. I actually, again, with Shania, I'm kind of on the fence with certain things, and like kind of like how what Jake said as well, because it kind of takes away the human element of things. But I'm at that point. I'm kind of like I said, I'm 45, be 46 here in a couple months. I'm at that point to where I like still talking to people, but also I love technology. I don't operate Zoom too well, but I still love technology. So now I'm at the point to where do I want my hotel to use more AI things to help me with revenue management because they can see and predict things because they have a computer and they take over all these analysis, all these things that I can't see. Will that help me? Or will that hurt me? Because while they may think that the first week of May, there's nothing really going on, but I know it's Derby. So how would that affect my rates? Guest services, there's a thing now that I'm using called Kipsu that Hilton has us doing. And every hotel has something different. They name it something different, but I'm now talking to guests through an app that reaches their phone. So I am now, because people's like, oh, can I check in at 3 o'clock? Can I have extra towels? Well, yes, it's great because I may not need to have an employee being at my hotel, but that takes away the human element because now they're not hearing me. I'm not hearing their experience. I'm not able to talk to them. With the reservations, will that mess up my reservations? How can I be sure that it accurately will make sure that reservation is correct? Will they still have to call me? Do I still have to have someone there at the hotel? So I think about all those things, really what's the cost benefit for this? Is it really something that we really think we might be using in the future, or is it something that might go by the wayside? But with the way technology is, I'm pretty sure hotels will be using AI pretty soon in some form or fashion. So we're going to take this a little bit of a break, I believe, and that is okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know. See, it's about 7:12. I don't know how long you want to do.
10 minutes. We'll go to 7:22.
See, it's 7:22.
Yes, and I did see the request for 15 minutes. Not yet. If we go to a 2-hour class, we'll put 15-minute break in there. But for now, it's 10. I tell you, I read what you guys put. So please keep giving your suggestions.
You really don't think that hour and a half is a lot, but it really like, oh. Hey, Dre.
Yes, ma'am.
That one thing that that chef had that he had like what was it like squid or something? He pulled something out. What was that?
That he
I
pulled
don't know if
out
you
of the
saw it.
squid.
Yeah, or the lobster or something. He pulled something out of the
It was the
lobster.
lobster. He like stuck some. I saw that too. He stuck it in and pulled something. I don't know what it was either. In your video you had.
Yeah, and I was like, what is that?
Most of the time, cleaning the lobster.
Yeah, I was like, huh.
Have you guys ever
Like he
cleaned
said-
shrimp at all? There's this little black line that's usually on the back or the belly of the shrimp.
Another vein.
Yeah, that vein is not a vein.
Isn't it like a line of
Oh,
poop?
what is that?
Yes. Yes, I'll say it nicely. Yes, it is.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. My mom had me
Oh,
and my
wait.
brother clean shrimp all the time.
Oh, so that's not that's their filth?
Yes. I think the
Oh,
technical term we call
okay.
it the excrement.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what the great PC term was.
Yep. Excrement.
Hello, Miss Morgan.
Professor
Huh?
C.
How are you doing?
How are you?
I'm doing well, just enjoying the class.
I'm
Helpful
trying to
if
make
I
sure.
can.
So I was like, I talk so fast. I talk too fast.
Oh no, you're fine. They're keeping up.
All right,
They
good.
are. This is a very bright and clever group. They're quick.
Yes.
Yeah, thinking about that technology, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta learn a little bit more about Zoom stuff.
You know, my other instructors, they all use Microsoft Teams.
Yeah,
So you know, it's a struggle sometimes with them as well. You know, but could be you know, because of that. And so I've taken it upon myself to learn both and Google Meet.
yeah.
Because those are the three main platforms that I'm usually in some kind of meeting. There's always somebody in there is like, okay, I don't normally use this particular platform. You have to kind of walk them through it. So it's okay.
And Zoom always has updates anyway, so
All the time.
so you
All the
gotta
It's like, it seems
constantly
yeah.
like every
learn.
time I come in, they have like 5 or 6 new things at the bottom of the screen. I'm like, start summary, AI companion. When did all this get here? I just want to share my screen.
Mhm.
Now you got whiteboards that you can write on. I mean, we haven't even touched the surface on how to use it really.
Oh yeah, the whiteboard part is neat using that.
Yeah, I've gotten into it
Doing
too.
that.
It's been fun.
Doing that the other night when I was on the alumni meeting, I could put some stuff up there. It was like, I don't know how many people look at the chat.
Yeah, you have some scholars that are do chat more than talk and vice versa.
Not this group. This is the come off mute group.
Yeah, I see that too. Yeah, you're right. I see that too. Not very much in the chat,
Uh-uh.
which I like. I like the interaction.
Mhm. Yeah, they like this little girl too. Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time that means those are, you know, service geared children or people. You know, and C. Morgan is an expert on the disc, you know, the disc assessment. So I know she's thinking the same thing. So yeah, these are the more outgoing kids because they want to talk. They don't want to just sit in the chat and give information. You know, they
Hmm.
want to participate and talk. You know, I know she's already just seeing their personalities.
I love it.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. They can tell the ones that don't want the details or what to do want it. They just come on in a fast pace. So you can tell the difference between them.
So I was like, oh wow, it's like this is good. I almost had some kids at my hotel. I told them how to go teach class. I almost was like, want to join? Want to come do it? Come on.
Hey, they may shock you and say yes.
Because they was interested. I was like, oh, like okay. I was trying to explain it as it's a virtual class. And also, I was like, I may have to try to see what they want to do. It's
Yeah.
more people for next year.
I would say bring them in if it's serve your area.
Yeah, except the little young people. So I like this.
And see what's great, and what's so great about it is that, you know, they could be anywhere in the country,
Hmm.
you know, and most of the time during the summertime, you know, that's why I'm expanding. I'm gonna get some more kids from Texas for next time, and you know, venture out to the West Coast because you know during the summertime, you know, they can hop on. You know, it's 5:30, well, 6 o'clock here, but it starts 5:30 here, and I think it's 2:30 out on the west. So it's very feasible. We can get kids from anywhere to be
Hmm.
able to join this. So
That's true.
It might be something, I don't know if it's out of the question, like your hotel can show, hey, we have this in the area and put flyers and they can take it with them maybe.
Hmm. Yeah, I was trying to figure out because it's like too because I don't know where they're from, but you know, like I said too, they may be interested or talk about it with somebody else. Get more kids involved.
Oh yeah, they
I
can be
do
from
that too.
anywhere.
I do that too. I'm gonna see if they want to do that. Because if we do something in the summer, I mean the winter, in the fall.
Yeah, that's the entrepreneurship and business.
See, they may want to do that.
Where you at again, Miss Latonya?
Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay, all right, so you're right by Ohio. Yep, right below.
Mhm. Are you in Cincy? Where you at?
No, I'm in Florida right now. I'm from
Oh,
the
okay.
Cleveland area. I'm from the Cleveland area.
Ah, okay. And I was trying to think about going what's next Friday? It's like I need to go somewhere. I need to get out of town. I'm tired. So somebody was like, "You need to go to Cincinnati," and I'm like, "What's that do?"
They might have the Jazz Fest going on down there.
Because we just had our sale like last weekend too. You know, all this is yeah, 'cause we had one. Yeah. I don't know.
And all the food festivals. They might have a food festival going on too.
Hey, I like food too. Like you said, so I was like, yeah, I like having friends in the industry. I was like, this, I come and taste. I'll let you know. I do want to go to, I haven't been back to Florida in a few years. I need to go to Texas. I haven't been down there.
Come on down.
I haven't either. I need to visit there too. Haven't been there yet.
Come on down. We'll take you to the Black Rodeo over in Mesquite.
Or they're like with Beyonce. She be over there.
Probably. I haven't seen her over there. I think she just came out with a song personally. But you know.
You got a lot of, got light.
She had me with that song where she said, "This ain't Texas." I was like, "What? You are from Texas. What do you mean this ain't Texas?" Mess me all up.
Hold on. I do like that song. Yeah. Come from her roots. 7:22. So I was playing the game on my phone.
And you know, it's funny. I forgot to pause the recording, so somebody's gonna hear all of our great banter we just had.
But they want to talk about you kids. Every time I watch an audience say it, girls, she was up there to say it, and I was like,
All right.
yeah, I am
Some
this crazy.
cameras on yet?
Yes, I
Let's
am.
see.
This is me all day long. I'm goofy.
My boy Tori is back. Shania is back. Davis is back.
No,
Wait,
you got
Hi.
Javis.
Javis.
Hi,
You're so sweet. What grade are you in, Shania?
I'm in 11th.
Okay, my daughter's going to 11th grade. You like school?
Yeah, I love school.
That's amazing to hear because not of young adults love school.
I
I
always
miss
love school.
I miss it after I graduated. Not fun being an adult sometimes. So now my daughters understand that. Just like, I wish I could stay a kid. I'm like, I told you, not fun.
Now you got to grow up. It's too late.
Yeah,
Too late
get these bills.
Hmm.
All right, Fest T, back to you. I think we have everybody back.
Everybody's in here. Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
All right there. All right. That means you changed clothes. Oh, you got a blanket on now. That's why I was like that the other day too. I was over here freezing too. I was like, hey, she could trade clothes on me. All right. So let's talk about the economy in hospitality. This is something that you all will have to understand if you're getting older and how rates are affecting you. Again, it could be, even in cooking, the economy matters of where you're spending your money to, because you may have to find different vendors to and different vendors are different people buy food and where you buy food from. So the way you get the best price. This
Fest
year,
T, hold on 1 second. Does she sound choppy to you guys? Or is she coming through clear?
Yes, a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little
Okay, sit
choppy.
back just a little bit from your computer and talk again.
okay, can you hear me?
It's still choppy.
Yeah, it's still choppy. You might
Okay.
have to close some apps or stuff that you have in the background.
Okay, I don't know what's going on my computer tonight.
Like I
does
said,
not
it
like
worked
me.
better in worse weather.
It does not like me tonight. I don't even think I have anything open.
Huh.
Okay,
That's
I'm
super
trying to
weird.
sit back. How was this?
No, it still sounds the same. I don't know what happened between the break and now.
I didn't even do anything.
All right, do me a quick favor. Log out of Zoom and log back in.
Okay. Thank you for your patience, everyone.
You're welcome.
Hello, everybody. Better? Still better?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on with my little laptop tonight. It doesn't want to
It's
work for me.
okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so I think I was trying to talk about inflation here. As we all know, inflation has hit everyone's budgets, pocketbooks. I'm sure as you noticed too, the same prices, the prices you're paying this year, you probably was not paying last year or even 2 years ago. Inflation hits the hotel business quite hard as well, with operational costs, labor costs and guest expectations. As opposed to operational costs, it's costing us to spend more money. For instance, like since 2022, utilities like water, gas, electricity has become more costly, and it adds to my hotel budget. So I have a budget, for instance, for my we call it LG&E's, a little bit gas and electric. So that's what my lights, electricity. My budget is $4,000, but recently my utility bill has came in at $5,000. So that's $1,000 I got to make up. I have to figure out what's going on, and some of that is inflation because I know you guys don't look at your utility bills, but on your utility bills, it actually has a cost that's on there per um, ions and things like that that comes into your house. Same thing comes into a hotel. So, if my air conditioner is down on 63 degrees, it has to do a lot more work. So it may go out a little bit faster. I may have to buy a new air conditioner, which I have done, as I told you the other day. It cost me $3,000 for one air conditioner unit. That affects my operational costs because if I have to spend more money to operate my business, I'm not going to bring a lot of money down to my bottom line. My labor costs. Again, 2 years ago, I could pay my front desk $15 an hour, and there's maybe okay a little bit. But this year, I noticed when I did our raises, we could only do about 3 or 4%, which really isn't a lot of money. But at least some people don't get any raises, so it's always you got to couple with that. But I actually did have a few of my team members come to me and say, "Can I please have a little bit more money? I cannot survive. I cannot eat." I actually had a housekeeper, translated through her supervisor to where she didn't even have enough money to buy food and then pay for her rent. I personally take that on as like, oh, wow, what more can I do? Which I may not be able to give her more money, but I may be able to give her more hours. I may have a gift card, to Kroger's. We actually just give out gift cards, for the 4th of July. I may give her some gift cards just to try to help offset some additional expenses that she might have. But the labor costs with inflation has really hit us hard. I cannot pay people really what they're worth because I still would have to operate a business. The guest expectations, with inflation, long time ago, a room rate could be $99, but now they're paying, $149, $159. And if that's your money that you're paying for, that you saved up to go on a vacation to say Disney World, to go to New York, your expectations to have a great hotel stay, to have a great food. You want to have all of that. That's the experience that you're always going to remember. So the expectations have now shifted, particularly after COVID, because there's a sense of entitlement now that goes on with certain people And the same thing that I was doing prior to 2022, I'm not doing anymore because now, people are working from home. There's just a lot of things that the world has changed a little bit. It's shifted. So we're not doing the same things as we did, a few years ago. I did not include this in this slide, but also what we think about the years that there is an election year. It's really kind of crazy, but we know in years of elections, the business shifts. People don't spend that much money because depending on who the candidate is that's running that you may like, be it, for instance, being Trump or Biden, which also if you're able to vote, please vote if you're 18. If people, for instance, want to think Trump may win, this coming November, they may not be spending that much money because they may want to try to save because they don't know what the current administration will be doing next year, and it's going to affect the things that they're doing. So again, I think about those things when things are going on in the world. It does affect hoteliers, and this, you wouldn't think that it does, but depending on the economy, inflation, wars, all that affects your business, and you have to start thinking about things like that. So here's some other things that might affect travel and that might affect prices. Climate change. There's a lot more flooding going on right now. There's heat waves going on right now. I may not want to go to New York if they're having 100-degree weather. I may pass out. I may want to go to somewhere that's going to be a little bit cooler. I may want to try to go to Alaska. So that comes into play. Any natural disasters. Currently right now, what's going over in Iraq, Palestine, all that type of places where people may have wanted to go visit, you can no longer visit those places because there's nothing over there anymore. So disasters affect hotels, affects your business. If there's a disaster going on, when we had 9/11, maybe before you guys were born, but we had 9/11. We stopped doing a lot of things. People stopped traveling a whole lot. Again, if people are not traveling, they're not going to come to your restaurant to eat. You're not going to have any business. When COVID happened, people had to change the way that they do business. So you saw more people maybe going to more mobile ordering, doing more curbside pickup, because you have to think about how can I still sustain my business when the economy is going crazy, because you still need to make money. You still have bills to pay. So all of that affects your business, your budget and your cost. Say, you want to travel and my hotel rooms are doing, for instance, 4th of July next week. My hotel rooms are about $129, $139 because there's nobody in the hotels right now. So that's a perfect time for people to travel to Louisville, Kentucky, because there's nothing going on. Now, 4th of July, there's no way I would go to New York because I just saw on the news, there's a Macy's 4th of July parade. Your room rates are going to be high in New York right now because people are going to your destination. So the hotels will be making a lot more money. The restaurants will be making more money because there's people going to those areas. The positive, negative reviews of a business will affect where you're going. It's going to affect where you're going to eat at, correct? Because you're not going to go to a restaurant that has a rating of a C or a D. I don't know. Here in Louisville, we have health department ratings on the restaurant doors. So we know if it's an A rating, we know that everything in the restaurant is great. If it's a C, I'm not going to go eat in that restaurant. That's a negative review. That does affect your business. Positive reviews affect your business. When you're looking at your vacation, when you're doing your project for your itinerary, you need to look at the reviews of the places of where you're trying to go, because that will determine if you want to go to visit there. So make sure you go to your TripAdvisors, your Google reviews, your Yelp reviews, because you want to make sure if you're planning like a family reunion, if that's what you're picking, you want you and your family to go, you're not going to go to a hotel that's a roach motel or that had bed bugs or had all these bad things, because that looks bad on you. It's a planner. It's an event planner. Flight delays. That does cost a lot of money, because then that guest is unhappy, that the airlines now has to recover. So that affects your business, because then you're going to get negative reviews on all that stuff. So I just want to include this video because you may see this as you're traveling. And I actually thought this was funny. Hopefully this video will work without us have to go through all this stuff too. But you hear this on the news all the time about unruly passengers. The safety of your airlines is, that affects your business. Negative reviews is going to affect your business. If you have people on your airline that's, flight attendant or a pilot that's doing things that's a little crazy, you may not want to travel on that airline anymore.
You gotta try harder. Oh, get over it, bitches. You gotta get off eventually.
A flight from Kentucky has just landed at Charlotte Douglas International Airport.
Is this okay?
Passengers pull out their phones to record one impatient man
This is
who
fine.
insists on deplaning before he's allowed to.
Yeah. I could.
Sorry.
The passenger is standing in the aisle when the flight attendant asks him to take a seat.
I'm good.
He sits on the armrest, but quickly gets up and tailgates her up the aisle.
No, really. Go.
He continues to be antagonistic, coaxing other passengers to join his one-man protest against sitting. When he doesn't get any takers, he decides to go it alone.
Move.
Take a seat.
Move.
Take a seat.
Move.
Take a seat.
Move.
I said take a seat, sir.
I don't want to take a seat.
I don't care what you want to do. You're going to take a seat right now.
When confronted by the pilots, he becomes even more brazen. He is not backing down.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you Hold on. Yeah, you're gonna let me by.
Sir?
But I'm gonna get by.
Sir, sit down.
without you or his permission.
here?
Yeah.
Close that door.
Why?
You can't get out.
Why are you closing my exit? I'm trying to help you.
I know.
They're not
I
listening.
appreciate that. Thank you.
No, please drop it.
Do you mind just sitting down really quick?
No, I don't.
Sir, sit down. Sit down. Enough. You don't put your hands on my flight attendant. Enough.
Yep.
You hear me?
Yep.
When we roll this back for another look,
So the reason why I want to include this in our discussion for tonight, because as you're traveling, please always, as you're young people, please be on the lookout. Make sure your neck is always on the swivel, looking around, particularly in this day and age. But you do have to think about that's someone's, lodging careers. We have to be very careful of the people that is in our space that comes in a hotel. I have to be very mindful of I always look to see, and I'm not stereotypical. Well, actually, I'm a stereotypical person, but I stereotype everybody. But I have to be very mindful of who's in my hotel and the way that they look. Are they being suspicious? Besides me being a hotel general manager, I'm also really almost like a cop as well. That's a pilot and a flight attendant. They're going about their day is in their career, but they have to deal with someone of a passenger like this. When you're in a restaurant, you always have to be mindful. There's something we call here called tips training, which is, we need to learn how to cut off someone that may be drinking too much. And there's a fine art of cutting if someone is drinking and wants to keep drinking and drinking and drinking. And once you say it's enough, you're going to get cussed out or punched or whatever. So there's a fine art in doing these things. So as you're picking your careers, make sure you're trained in what it is that you're doing and ask for help. Ask your manager for more training if you think you may need it. But these are things that, again, you may be seeing as you're traveling places. And as you may see on the news, these things do happen every single day on an airline or in a hotel, on a subway, anything like that. So be very mindful of these things. And I'm just saying too, so the figures for unruly incidents, is reported by 568 people, non-compliance, verbal abuse, intoxication. Those are all the reasons why people are unruly on the flight. Some people may be a little bit scared, but again, the entitlement of people has really changed in this year, as we saw from previous years. You know, people don't want to obey. I hate to say the word obey, but they don't want to follow rules and regulations. They think whatever they want is what's right, and it's not. So again, you have to be very mindful in your careers of the good and bad things that might happen to you, that might happen to your business. And you need to have the insurance and, the proper people that are working. You may have to have security guards there, just anything, always just be mindful of these things. This last topic, real quick, I just really want to touch base on this, is revenue management. There's not a lot of people of color that does revenue management. And I hate to say that, there's definitely not a lot of women in my careers, not a lot of people of color that look like me, that look like you, in these careers. So revenue management is something that I really want you guys, if it's something, I know we talked about being a chef or like being a marine biologist, but if it's something like, if you really like in a hotel, if you wanted to go work, ask about revenue management. That is the wave of the future. You can work from home by doing revenue management, and you also make lots of money. And revenue management is just the use of data analytics to optimize sales. So it's kind of use a little bit of the AI that we were talking about earlier today, but I'm just trying to figure out in 3 months, where do I need to place my rates at? Do I need to have my rates high because there may be a lot of demand going on because there's a concert coming in town? We have a parade that's coming. I have, like I said, in May, I had Kentucky Derby, I had PGA. So my rates, I was selling Derby rates for $699 all the way up to $999 for Derby. That same room goes for $149 any other night. So there's a supply and demand that's off of that, but that's revenue management, because I know that there's demand in the area. You may have heard me and Ms. Morgan talk about, going to Ohio, the Jazz Festival. There's things going on in the area. I'm going to demand more money. The Macy's Day Parade, you're going to demand more money. If you work at Disney World, you're going to demand more money because these are where people are traveling. So I just put together just a quick little exercise. It's really no right or wrong reason. No, these are just things that we truly do think about in a hotel. So you guys all have your phones and all that stuff. So this is a little thing that that I've done before in a class. So you have a 100-room property and you have 3 groups inquiring about reservations. One group is arriving on Monday and departing on Friday. Their room rate is $139 per night. The other group wants to arrive on a Sunday and depart on a Tuesday, and their rate would be $169. The last group wants to arrive on a Tuesday and depart on Thursday, and the rate is $149. The group number 1, the hotel block is 30 rooms a night. The second group, the hotel block is 40 rooms a night. And the last block, they want 70 rooms a night. You already have sold 40 rooms each day on the books. So what group do you think you want to take and why? And these are things that we talk about on a daily basis with revenue management. Because whenever you're traveling and say you want to host a family reunion in New York, we want those rooms, but we want to try to fit it into what I need it to be, not necessarily maybe what the guest to be. So group number 1, those 30 room nights a night, that actually equals up to $16,680. Group number 2, their room revenue will amount to $16,900. And group number 3, altogether, they'll be paying $20,860. So what group do you think you should take and why? And with revenue management, there really is no right or wrong answer, because either way, you're going to make some money. If you like math, this is kind of good for you.
I haven't heard from Javis tonight.
Yeah, so I say 7:48. You guys are almost finished. Just bear with me for another 5 minutes.
Javis or Tori, what are you guys thinking?
group one, they're staying the longest. But group two, I think group one.
Group one, okay. It's not bad. It's coming on a Monday and leave on a Friday. You got, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday nights out of it. Not bad. You made yourself $16,000. Miss Shania?
I might choose group one as well too. I'm gonna choose that one.
Jake or Meg? Megan, sorry. I don't know either what to call you, Meg. Sorry.
That's okay. Honestly, so when you say hotel block, that means how many rooms that they're taking for each
Yep.
group? Like, okay.
For each group per night.
And then I already have 40 rooms for
Yeah, you already
each
got 40
day.
rooms on the books already. And you got 100 rooms. You're a 100-room property.
I would probably take group two to make the most money. Like, because then it would be about 90 rooms booked rather than taking group one and then having only 70 rooms booked. But then if you take group three, you'll have over 10 people that don't have rooms or 10 blocks, I guess. I won't
Mm-hmm.
take it. And then they won't all be happy and you want the most satisfaction while also getting the most amount of money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Jake or Torre?
I agree because group two, if you have group one, you'll still have you'll still have 30, you'll still have 30 like rooms left. For group two, you'll have like 10, which is not like as much, but if you can only pick one group, group two has can what was it? It can have more people living in
Mm-hmm.
there than group one, but it won't have as many rooms as group three, where it'll be overcrowded and won't have enough space to like house everyone.
Mm-hmm. And say R too. I think those are all great answers because again, too, you're still making money and you're still leaving yourself at least 10 rooms to sell. So how we think about in hotel land, I have 100 rooms to sell. I've already sold 40. So now I've only got to sell these last 60 rooms. Okay, so then I have a group that's coming in. They want to stay Sunday and Monday. I think that's great. I get 169 out of that group. And yes, they just 50 rooms. So now I have 90 rooms, but I got 10 rooms left that I can sell definitely at a premium rate because I only have 10 rooms left. Now, the good thing is the last group that wants to come in Tuesday and Thursday. Yes, it's 70 rooms and it's going to overbook your hotel, but you now have a good clean line of sale for your whole week. And even though I'm going to be 10 rooms oversold, we know that everybody in your group doesn't show up. So I'm going to get some cancellations out of that too, because we want to be sold out. Our ultimate goal is to be 100% every single night. So I'm going to take a gamble. And I'm still going to take that 70 room block. So really too, so I just really made us about $35,000. Because even though I may relocate 10 rooms, I may not really relocate all those because I'm going to get some cancellations. Some other people may cancel. I can relocate. So we do something called walk in our business. And that means that if I don't have any rooms in my hotel, I walk you to another hotel and I pay for your rooms. But on this occasion, I may not do that. I may just say, hey, I'm sorry, there was an air conditioner may have broke down or there's extended stay gas. You're going to pay this other hotel money. So then I'm not losing out on money by paying for a room. They're going to pay that other hotel. So I win and that other hotel wins too. So it's like, these are decisions that we make honestly on a daily basis about what group to take, when to take it, what day of the week. Sunday nights are low nights to travel, by the way. 'Cause not a lot of people travel on Sundays, so you get better rates on Sundays. Thursdays, you get better rates on Thursdays because the person's traveling during the week on corporate business, they normally travel Monday through Thursday. They go home on the weekends. So Thursday, so try to look at Thursday through the weekends, because sometimes you get a better rate when you're traveling. If you book a Sunday and you stay a little bit longer, your rates are going to be better because a hotel occupancy normally dies down on Sunday nights and Thursday nights. So those are just kind of things for you, again, when you're doing your project. Kind of look at some different dates, some different days of the week to see if the price is better. I don't know, whatever budget that you may have in mind. Say you may only want to pay $5,000 for the whole trip. Well, you need to kind of look at that. The more rooms you have, the better your rate might be. The day of the week, your rate might be better. So again, these are just things. It's like, hey, try to be a savvy traveler. I appreciate you guys for hanging in there. It is 7:54. Do you have any questions or anything for me? So I know this
No
class is a little bit
questions.
over everything, but I want you guys to really think about your project that you're going to be doing that's going to be due here pretty soon, and how to really look at your fees and your cancellation policies. Look at the flights. Is it better to fly or is it driving a car? Make sure you look at, when you need to cancel those things too, because not a lot of flights and airline, they might not let you cancel in a time, and get your money back. I had a flight that was booked for Barbados last year. I wasn't able to go. I had a flight credit of $1,000, still wasn't able to go. So we lost out on that money. So you don't want to do that. So just be very mindful of where you're traveling, the cancellation, the booking fees, and things like that. And I really, really thank you guys so much for bearing with me with my technology issues tonight. You guys have been really been a joy.
Yes, you have.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Let's say yes. So thank y'all so much. And hopefully this helps with your project.
Oh, I feel like it definitely will. All right, scholars, if you don't have any questions, or if you're thinking of questions now, let's turn my camera back on. I am dropping a link to the course evaluation in the chat. Just click on that link so you can fill out that short evaluation for us. Let us know your feedback. Let me know if you have any difficulties with this link. Once again, thank you so much, Ms. Latonya. Thank you for the awesome class tonight, all the wonderful information.
It's my pleasure. Thank you. Thanks for giving me the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yep, give a thumbs up or one in the chat if you enjoyed class this evening.
Oh, I see that. Wrong.
Appreciate you, Javice. Appreciate you, Jay.
Are you all able to open the survey? Okay, and everything is lined up and in order. I know I got some feedback that some of the boxes were off or not aligned, but it's all well on your end.
Appreciate you, Tori, for the clapping. I see it. And the thumbs up. Thank you, Shania. Oh, we got hearts.
Oh,
We got hearts in the
Megan!
place.
All right.
Hey, my Megan!
Showing a little love. I love it. I love it.
All right, thank you so much. Oh, yes, guys. Chef Dre, if you don't have any, do you have anything else before we wrap up tonight?
Yeah, before you guys go, just a reminder that, the final project is either the planned vacation with itinerary, cost, it's relatively detailed. And I believe either next week or my class before the cooking class, I'm gonna show you guys the video of one of our scholars that did the 1-minute cooking video, so that you can actually get an understanding. It's going to be set up like a 1-minute cooking video that you would post on social media. Of course, it's going to take longer than that to cook it, but you're going to have to whittle, 2 hours worth of cooking, whatever your dish is, into 1 minute to be prepared for social media. And I know many of you do social media, so it shouldn't be that difficult to do, but we'll talk a little bit more about that in my class. Next week, we have Chef Baker is going to come on with restaurant opportunities and careers. And then after that, we will have a break because it will be the 4th of July. So we won't have any classes on July 4th. Then we'll resume again, I believe it's July 9th, either 8th or 9th. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll resume again on that Tuesday with the basics of cooking. And then you're going to do a basics of baking class. And then it'll be time to present your final presentations. In addition to that, I believe that week after that, we're going to have one office hour. And during that office hour, it's going to be on a Wednesday, the 10th. How about I just look at my calendar?
I'm looking too, but yes, the
So
12th,
the 12th.
the 12th.
No, it should be the 10th for the office hours. July 10th.
Okay, then we have to fix it here.
Because the
On our
12th is a
calendar.
Friday. Shouldn't be a Friday. So yeah, Chef Baker on the 2nd, then my class will be the 9th, then Bacon will be the 11th, and then in between there on the 10th, there'll be an office hour where you can come ask questions. You can work a little bit more on your project, get any additional insight, because that following week is when we're doing the project presentations. So, Shania, I see your hand up. Talk to me.
I have a question. I have a question about how to do the project. Like, do we have to present it?
Yes.
Like, do we have to
So-
do it on paper or do it on the computer?
Yes. All right. So you want to have a visual. So if you're doing the travel itinerary, you're going to want to put that in a PowerPoint, in a Google slide, in a Google presentation, whatever presentation format you can use to share screen. And yes, you do present it to us and the board of directors. You're going to say, hey, my name is, we're going to Greece. In Greece, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. We're staying at the Grand Hotel and spa. We're going to do X, Y, and Z. The flight is 13 hours. It's going to cost X amount of money. We're going to, I don't know, we're going to ski. We're going to skydive. We're going to go snorkeling, right? So yeah, you will have to present that. And so you have to put that into a presentation form that has visuals so that we can see. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
And y'all have that, all the
moment,
description is also in Google Classroom, and it's also been emailed. So you're able to click on that link and get a full description and understanding. And then I'm going to share last year's top scholar and 2 years ago's top scholar for culinary. So you can have a bit more of a visual to understand. Because I know some people learn visually, some people need it in writing, some people need to be told, some people just got to do it. So that we will definitely take care of that.
Okay, thanks. I was
You're
just
welcome.
asking to make sure.
No problem. Megan, I see your hand up.
Yeah, do we have to do so we were put into one big group, so we have to all work together on the same one trip, or is it all we each do our own little itinerary?
So when Professor Rosie put you guys in the group to put that together, it's to help for you to be prepared for your individual presentations. Does that make sense?
So it's an individual project. We each do our own itinerary by ourselves and present it by ourselves.
Correct. Even though y'all working on
Okay.
the one together from Rosie's class, it's for
Right.
her class, if you will, but it's helped to give you a preview on everything that you need to look for. So you each would need to plan your own individual destination. Now, what you can do, you can include people in it. You can do a group presentation. Like, for instance, Megan, say you want to go to, I don't know, Acapulco, and you want to take a cruise out of Miami to go there, right? You can include all the other scholars in it, but that would be your trip saying, hey, the 5 of us are going to Acapulco. We're taking a cruise, and it's going to cost us $2,200 a person for the cruise, then another $500 for transportation once we get there. Then it's going to cost $400 worth of food, et cetera, and plan out your trip. You know, I'm flying from New York down to Miami. That's, you know, another $800 for the trip to get to Miami. There's 10 of us going, so we got a group rate. Instead of $800 a person, it's now $500 a person. So that's how you would describe it out. But each one of you would have to have your own destination, you know, and then the other one, of course, is the food side. So you'll have the option to pick a recipe that you, as if you were presenting it on social media. So you'll go through the steps, take your pictures, do the video. There should be some background, some talking going on. Hey, my name is, today we're preparing chicken a la king. We're doing X, Y, and Z. And then it should be within that 1 minute or what is it, up to 90 seconds now on Instagram and Snapchat and a few other places that are extremely important in your stories and things like that. So, yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Professor C, is that your hand up? Or you give me a high five? No, I'm just kidding.
I do both. Here's an air fire. No, I was gonna say, Shania, it's just like the presentation you did for the fundamentals and the advanced course for the business and entrepreneurship. So you're presenting that way.
Okay, I was just making sure because I was kind of confused about how to present it. That's why I was asking.
No problem.
And you get a little bit more time to present the itinerary one. That one is timed a little bit longer because there's a little bit more to it.
Right.
Great questions tonight, y'all.
I know. We're
Yeah,
at 8:05
so
though,
nice.
so I don't want to hold you. If you have completed that quiz, you can go ahead and hop off. If you have more questions, we're here. We're able to just stay back a little bit to answer questions if you have. But I want to make sure those who need to, you are free to go if you have completed, not the quiz, I'm sorry, the evaluation for this evening. If you have a wonderful night. We shall see you guys next week. And if you have questions, we're here.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
I actually have one more question.
Yes.
So when Professor Rosie had all the slides with every single thing that you needed for the itinerary, where could we find that? Or like if you could just send it in your email, because I feel like it's a really good like checklist.
It should be in the Google Classroom. I will double check because, of course, Rosie's in Greece right now. So I'm not sure if she uploaded it before she left. She literally had an event the day after she taught class and then went out of the country the day after. So
Wow,
I will double check. Yeah, I will double check to make sure that she uploaded in Google Classroom. If not, we'll get that email out to everybody so you can have the checklist.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you, you too.
Bye.
Bye, Chaz. Bye, Professor C.
All right. Have a good one, everyone. Thank you
Latonya, thank you
again.
as always. I appreciate you.
Same. Thank you. Every
I was
last
checking the Google Classroom real quick what I was doing.
Okay.